and Tony podcast brings you
the Mild Manner Movie Review with your host, Tim.
And Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about It.
Are you not entertained?
But tonight, we dine in hell!
Great Scott.
You play ball like a girl!
We're on a mission from God.
Life finds a way.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Oh. So, like we've been doing, we'll start off with our interview. I'll do it first because that way I'll have a little bit more time for my third one. But to start our interview, why did we pick this movie?
Like I said, I asked myself this the entire time watching it, but and it was my choice too.
It was your suggestion, yes.
Well, Stranger Things is coming out in a little less than a week.
About a week.
Less than a week. I think when this posted.
Thursday or Friday.
So we figured
90% of the cast
is kid. Yeah, and Finn Wolfhard is in it, and it's kind of very similar. They've taken things from Stranger Things, or from it into Stranger Things. So
I think a couple of the other kids were supposed to be in this, but they couldn't. Or something.
Yeah,
their like schedules wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, but very similar story-esque. Even, I mean, Stranger Things isn't as much of a horror.
I was going to say, if anything, Stranger Things might have taken slight things from the first It, even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why we chose it. So have you seen the original? And if so, how does it compare?
I have, yes. It's actually not recently, probably a couple of years ago. But I think when this came out, I watched the original, but I never watched this one. For whatever reason. Not sure why I did that. But, yeah, because I watched it because at the end of it, I'm like, what is this? Like, what are they doing? But I did enjoy that one. But as far as it compares to this one, I mean, Tim Curry was so good, but I kind of like this one a little bit better.
Yeah, overall,
this has got a lot more going for it.
Yeah, but Curry scared the crap out of me.
He is a nightmare.
I mean, well, I guess we'll have to wait till chapter 2, but the way the story ends in the first one, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
for the 1990 and the special effects they had then, and whatever the budget wasn't
it looked
enough.
Like the things. It looked like the spiders from Jumanji, which were awful.
It was, and then it made it not scary. It was like,
right, it was almost comical at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, up until that point,
everything else
scary,
was frightening. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this one is one of those rare occasions where the reboot might be better.
Right, and I was reading something. It's like not a reboot; it's a re-adaptation because technically the first one was just like it was like a TV series or like a
TV miniseries. Yeah.
Also, I thought the lady in the background is kind of like the old lady in the chapter 2, where she's like just kind of creeping around behind him. I'm like, oh my god, it's right there. But then they never really pay off on it. Also, again, we are watching the movie or having it play through while we're watching it again, so we can get scared again. And then our last question: what would Pennywise show up as to scare you?
All right, probably. I mean himself, but
probably just Pennywise.
Any clown, pretty much. Any creepy clown like that. But I'd have to go with dolls, like Chucky dolls, or just normal dolls.
So what's 5 feet below us, basically.
That or
because there is a clown doll on there that's creepy as shit.
Yeah, or like I was thinking about this, ventriloquist dummies from like the Goosebumps.
Oh yeah,
I always thought that was
those
the
are
creepiest.
creepy.
Yeah, So something like along those lines. So pretty much Richie's room, though, that he gets.
Oh, yeah, that room is...
I was just waiting for... And, that didn't pay off as well as I thought it was going to be.
No, you're right.
They could have scared you so many more times, I thought.
Yeah.
Like all the heads are turning, just waiting for something to pop out.
I thought this one was a pretty decent... Not scare, but like look of the character that blended in with it. But for me, it would probably be along the lines of what Mike goes through in this, where it's like his dead family trying to get him, like.
Oh, it's like it's the leper or whatever, isn't it?
Mike, the black kid.
Oh, the burning.
The
burning.
His family, he couldn't save his family or whatever, and like they're coming back like, why'd you let us die? It's like, oh God, no. Or like, the burning hands, everyone's trying to reach and grab.
Yeah,
something along those lines would definitely be.
Okay, let's jump right into our first segment, a Tim and Tony review of It.
Hold on to your butts.
This week we will be talking about the summer of 1989, in which a group of bullied kids band together to destroy a shape-shifting monster, which disguises itself as a clown and preys on the children of Derry, their small Maine town.
Do you want to go first?
I can.
Yeah,
I'll go first.
Next week I'll be. I think I went first with last week.
I think so too.
Dave,
yeah. Excuse me. So my honorable mentions, and I know I probably should be higher, but my first honorable mention is just Richie. Everything he says, the way he plays his character, is hilarious. My second one is the Neibolt house being over the top haunted. Like, that's when you think of haunted house, that is the house you think of. Shattered, like broken down windows, boarded up, kind of like super dark, a dead tree out in front.
Yeah.
It's the epitome of it.
Even like the fence is trying to get away from
it.
Right,
it's like bending away. Everything about it screams, do not why is the building still standing? Like, who is paying the taxes? Who is doing all this stuff? My another honorable mention is that it was a perfect form tackle by Mike to tackle the bully into the well.
Into the well, yeah.
Like, it was just everything about it was perfect. Another one, I had a lot of honorable mentions because I'm sitting here watching the movie, just like typing putting it on my phone, like, oh, notes. Remember this. This is cool. But there's, I think it's when Richie is in like the clown room and it's got like his wanted poster and it says found. And like his face is in the U. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like found you. I thought that was pretty cool, like how they set that up. And then their Ocean's 11 exit when they're all like leaving at the end, where it's like one person goes off by himself and then another one goes.
I was waiting for the voiceover, like the stand line.
Oh, like
I was. We never saw Bertram again.
I was gonna say either one of those would be perfect, and I'm glad they went with the Ocean's 11 one because that worked as well. Yeah, you're right. That
was the first thing I thought of was Sandlot. It's like everyone moved away.
Everyone just like fades away. And then my number 5 is the Rock War. Just how intense, and all of them should have concussions, or at least some sort of more damage. My number 4 is all the time period references. So I've listed them all out. The Gremlins and Beetlejuice poster Billy has in his room.
I saw those two while I was watching.
Yes.
I didn't see these other ones.
Or
I saw the last one.
Batman, Lethal Weapon 2, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street was on the...
they're all movies playing at the theater.
I saw... Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street's the biggest one. They like pan down across it at one point.
I think when they... We'll probably see it later, but when they go back to the alley by the meat shop, it's right in the background. But yeah, it's like... It's set in the 80s, so all these movies were coming out or being made right in the 80s there, and they just used them. My number 3 is just Ben in general. Everything he does, and he kind of gets the short end of it at the end, like based on the first movie, like kind of carrying it over. He gets the shaft in this one, but so like his awesome nut kick backflip over the fence when they're carving like what was it, Harry?
Yeah.
Or like he's trying to carve his name.
Henry.
Yeah, he just kicks him in the nuts and does a backflip over the fence down. Pretty awesome. And then when they're all like going to his house, he's like rushing to pick up his room, like throwing his underwear around, like all the stuff in the closet.
And then he's got the New Kids on the Block.
The poster on the back,
on
of,
the
the
back
door.
of the door.
And only Bev notices
Yeah,
it.
she closes it.
And then just like he's a history buff and he figures out like, hey, there's something shady going on in this town. Like he's the one that knows about it.
Like we just saw him flipping through and he finds
the head in the tree.
The head in the tree, yeah.
My number 2 is the special effects in the movie. I have a couple specific examples, but just overall, it looks pretty good. It seems like they did most of it practically, and then when they couldn't,
they even did the Pennywise getting out of that fridge.
Right? Yeah. I was
mostly practical.
Mostly practical, where
I saw
where he can do as much as he could.
I did see a picture of them. They got him like wired up, so he could like go through backwards, like because he like slowly comes out backwards. So he's got like 2 strings holding his shoulders out. Like, yeah, it looked pretty cool though.
So that scene, going from when he's transforming from Georgie to Pennywise, where he's like small and he it like looks legitimate. But I mean, besides his decaying face, but like the rest of it looks pretty good. The bathroom scene where it's like all blood coming out, like when she sees the horror.
Yeah, that was so gross.
Yeah, it's great. It's disgusting. Yes. And then I kind of like that whole scene how it was shot, like because then when the dad walks in, he's like spotless and like doesn't see it at all. Doesn't even mention it. And I get that's like a story point, but it's the way they did play it. It's like, oh no, he's totally clueless. He's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
And then it looked exactly like Carrie, where it was just like she was just covered in blood with everything.
I think it was more though.
Oh yeah, way more. But
and like the hair from the sink coming up.
Yeah,
grabbing her.
Everything about it was. And then my number 1 is we kind of talked about this earlier. I wrote solid reboot, but it's solid readaptation from the book, because this is technically the first theatrical release of it. Because the other one was just like a TV series.
I would say reboot still.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Reboot, whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right. So my honorable mentions, the rock fight, which we talked about, but like, I just love that he yells it too. Wow. I think, is it Ben who throws the first one too and nails him right in the face?
Just domes him.
And then Richie just screams out rock fight. And then the score.
I was going to say, and then it kicks off into like right into the guitar song or whatever. It was like heavy metal song.
Yeah, the score though does a good job of Pennywise just running at the kid.
Oh yeah, in the sewer. Who has never seen or heard from again.
Yeah. No, you do hear him. He's one of the people yelling up from the sink.
Oh, yeah.
I had the subtitles on because I couldn't understand what they're saying. But
you're a madman.
It's all the 3 people.
Oh, it shows their name.
They know their name. That the one chick that disappeared. Betty. There was a new one after they get Mike.
Eric?
Ed or something
with an E.
And then him.
So they're supposedly Pennywise's
in one of those.
He's right over his shoulder, supposedly. Like one of those people. I don't see.
I don't see.
Yeah,
you'd have to pause it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a good job though with the
the score.
Of when I know I'm supposed to be scared soon. Number 5. I'll do another one. Like, it's gory, but it's not too much. Maybe the one bathroom scene might be too much, but like besides that, it seems like it's
I'd agree with that, but like the beginning where they bite his arm off, I'm like, oh damn.
But there wasn't too much. It wasn't like blood squirting out everywhere. Like they could have went like 10 times higher. There was like that puddle
when they kill the sheep. You do see like the blood splatter. So, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. My number 5 is the clown room that we were talking about.
Your favorite, right?
Yeah. It's just so creepy.
I should have brought the clown and we could have sat him right here.
I would have punched it. Number 4 is like the story and the history, like how you're talking about how Ben found it, but like then they found out it was every 27 years, and I loved how I think it was when the first colonists moved to Derry.
Yeah,
there was
all
like
of
91 of them,
yeah.
and then they came back and they were all
They're
gone.
all gone.
That's just crazy. Yeah, and then like they show even like the Pennywise the dancing clown was, I think that was 1910. That was the second time.
Yeah, it was the second one.
Then he started taking that form.
Yeah.
But that was crazy.
Yeah, I liked how like they connected the history. They showed it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when they put up like the sewer map, how it's like,
and then the old one.
Yeah, how they put them together. Yeah,
that was pretty sweet. I like that. Yeah, they did a very good job of building the Derry's history. Number 3 is the forming of the Losers Club. I mean, you had like the main guys already. They were already friends, but like then it was cool to see them add Ben, and then they added
they
Mike
pick him up,
and
Mike
Bev. And it was like very natural how they added them all.
I'm going to do this. There goes my baby. I don't see Pennywise there.
No, me neither.
The under Capitol.
Okay.
It says Batman, and then
I
the
see
weapon
Batman.
too.
Yeah. Some eagle-eyed person spotted it.
Well, there was a closer earlier.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I saw it.
Number 2 is defeating Pennywise. When they're like, I think it's when Richie says like,
he's like, all right, fine,
this is your fault. Yeah. He's like yelling at him, and then they all just started hitting him with the bats and the spikes,
whatever they could find down there.
And like even before that, when Bill shoots Georgie in the head, and like how you were talking about turning it, but, like that was awesome. The first time they stab him and hurt him, like all those times.
How he like couldn't change back.
Yeah, that was
creepy as hell, but it looked like that's how you gotta beat him.
And then number 1 is Richie.
For reasons that we will get to.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have him in almost all my quotes. I think I chose one that wasn't him on purpose, just so that I wouldn't have
I think I had it mostly.
But like,
no, I had mostly Eddie quotes.
That's how we all talk to each other in
grade
school,
exactly.
And high school,
literally
still.
Yeah, really. But it was so spot on.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think we do have a couple of them that were from him on there, so we won't get into those yet.
All right, but those are my top 5. So a few problems.
There he is. Also, even the dolls.
Oh,
I also do like how we both spotted him at the same time.
Yes, because I've just been looking for it the whole time. Another honorable mention: the TV show that's on all the time in Bev's and then Henry's.
So it's got to be. I was reading kind of like this theory too. It's got to be Pennywise has either tricked the parents and to like not see him at all, to where they just let him do whatever he wants, or they just don't care.
I think
it might be a little bit of both.
Or I'm thinking it's something they don't see it. The kids can see it.
Okay,
but they're watching the news.
Kids see the show and it's Pennywise instead of that old lady.
Yeah, or they're just same.
Because even when Ben was getting beat up on the bridge, that old couple drive past, and then the balloon just pops up in the back window, like, "Hey, I'm making them not see you, or not see this, or not care."
I don't know.
But
Stephen King did a lot of cocaine,
now I just want to go back and read all his books.
I think this is one of my trivias. How long this book is? It's ridiculous. Yeah. We'll get to it. It's a massive book.
Oh, coming. It's right after this, right?
No, it's another.
Oh, a little bit later.
A little later.
Okay, good.
Okay,
but like you said before, we will move on to a few problems with the movie. And I, again, more nitpicks, but just things I noticed. My number one is that they were hiding. What's it? I can never remember the kids' names. Shazam kid. I think it's Eddie.
It is Eddie.
Yeah. So they were hiding his broken arm with like what looked like a fat suit at one point. When he's sitting there, his like it's like massive. Straight squared off. It's like that's clearly not him or something. Or he's like they're like put shoulder pads on him so they can like move the arm around. Either way, it looked too wide and / squared off. I was like, that's a little bit off, but I get it. And then my other one, which is kind of a hilarious one, but Bill's like the whole movie's like we have to stick together to beat him. You know, if we don't split up, we'll be fine.
And then he splits up
immediately leaves and goes off by himself. It's like you're supposed to be the leader.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, I get it's for story reasons, but still, like, come on, man. Those are my problems.
Those are yours. Mine is the Niebolt house. Should have clearly been destroyed years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Like how we were talking about, it is clearly haunted.
That's just way over the top.
Yeah.
Like, one, who's paying for it? It's
yeah.
Why is it not condemned? Why is it just open?
I don't know.
So many things.
And also, like, it was a house with a well in the basement.
Right. Where
did they not notice the well?
How did no? Yeah. Now we're getting into like ring territory. Like, did you seal it?
It wasn't like if they sealed it, then the floors to wall or floor to ceiling's like 4 feet only. Yeah. But it doesn't look like it was sealed. It just looks like they just had a well in their basement.
That goes down to the sewers, and it's like,
it goes. No, it goes to like an endless pit because the one guy falls all the way down. Henry, they never hear.
Yes, but I read something. He's supposed to be like his older self is cast in 2.
Oh, really?
So maybe he's not. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Rumors. But speaking of quotes, we will be moving on to our favorite quotes. You took one of mine, but I'm glad. If you didn't have it, I was gonna put it. The one that I added to. But my first quote is when Eddie broke his arm, it was like still not in the cast. I think it was Richie was like, all right, I'm gonna snap your arm back in place, and he's like, "Don't you fucking touch me!" He's like freaking out.
Also, I don't think. I think they just messed it up more by.
I was gonna say, it like snapped. It was like busted here, and they snapped it like there.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it's not like a shoulder that you could pop back in.
Yeah, it's you could make it worse.
Much worse, which they probably did.
And then my second one is another Eddie quote. It's after everyone had their big fight, and he goes to like pick up his pills, and the
one girl,
the one chick,
bully that bullies Bev.
She's like, these pills are just placebos. They don't do anything. He's like, what's placebo mean? Oh, it means bullshit. And he goes home. He's like, all right, Mom, I'm leaving. Get out of here.
He's like, these are all fake.
These are fake. They're gazebos. They're bullshit. Just storms out.
They're gazebos. I'm glad you put that.
I was just saying, I picked it because it's like when you're a kid that age and you hear like a word and you don't really fully understand it, you just pick whatever the closest thing is and say
They're
that.
Gazebos.
And then my third quote is Richie again, just because he had so many fantastic ones.
Mm-hmm.
It was right after I think it was the second attack. Or no, the first one in the house.
In the house. Yeah.
Ben's second unfortunate attack.
Yeah, he's been cut on both sides.
His entire stomach should just be gone,
scarred.
I hope they bring that. I hope they do like
he's got
something. He's got to be like an H,
and
then some.
He's got to have scars this way and the scar here. The H might have been able to heal, but
right.
He's
that one, no, that was pretty deep.
Claw mark.
But Richie goes, look at this motherfucker. He's leaking hamburger helper. His like stomach is just gushing and gashed so bad.
He's like an hamburger helper. That's a great one.
Yeah,
here he
he's
is.
like throwing the magazines in.
He does.
It's like so perfect.
I'm gonna start running into rooms.
Running, it's just like
with the sweatshirt tied around his waist. All right, so mine are. It's actually a Ben and a Richie one. It's literally this scene of they're in Ben's room.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, Derry started as a beaver trapping camp," and Richie's like, "Still is, am I right, boys?" I think he looks for a high five and no one high fives him.
Everyone's
Bev
just like
rolls her
shut-
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Number 2 is another Richie one. Is when it's right after the rock fight, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Rock
yeah,
War.
it is. It's right at the end of it.
They're
Pennywise.
yeah. Henry's running away or whatever, and the other boys, and he says, "Go blow your dad, you mullet wearing asshole." And he
just
flicks him off. This is the new kids.
New kids on the block.
Donnie.
He's just like, don't tell anyone.
And then my last one is a Bev one. I thought
This
one
is
was
a
a more
very-
serious
this- yeah,
one,
this is a
but I
very
thought it
good
was a good one. They're talking about just getting out of Derry and never coming back. She's like, "I want to run towards something, not run away." I thought that was a good line.
that's
And
a
then
very
that's
good-
kind of what motivates them to go fight.
Yeah, to go back and
Fight it. But those are my quotes. I could have done. I should have done more. I didn't
I was
want to take any.
right. Because
there's some
Richie
good
had a
ones.
bunch of good.
Yeah,
He had a
the
bunch of good.
staph infection one.
Yeah. Oh, I got a step.
I got a staph for you.
Just like all those crude jokes that we would make as kids. It's like,
The fence is trying to get away.
yeah, it's all bending this way.
Look at all the other houses.
Yeah, everything's like fine. It's.
Even.
I mean,
guess-
across the street is
I
that
think-
is that a graveyard? Is that like a pub?
I don't know. It's got 2 different fences too.
And then the door and oh yeah, there's
It's just
it's an
abandoned
abandoned
car.
lot. Okay. Also, that kid's got a ton of pills. Like what?
They're all gazebos.
Okay, let's move on to some TNT trivia about the movie, starting with Who Am I?
Truth is,
Trying to find a better.
I am Iron Man.
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
I can't think of it.
I'm Wayne Brady Benz!
Oh yeah. Oh, that was one of my oh shit moments. Oh fuck.
I am the father. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman.
I am the Clit Commander!
Yes, I'm Batman.
I'm rich, biatch.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going first.
Yes. See if we pick the same person.
Really, there's like a bunch of kids to pick, but like not. Besides that, not many other actors.
No.
Okay, my Who Am I? It. Sharp Objects. Gretel and Hansel. And Nancy Drew in The Hidden Staircase.
Okay, well, it's not.
I just knocked out 99% of the people.
that I know.
Yes.
Well, all of them that I know. I kind of want to go with Bev.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yes, it is
Ah.
Sophia Lillis. Let's see. She has a fraternal twin brother, Jake, and she was born in Brooklyn, New York. There's not too many facts on her yet because they're. She's born in 2002. So these damn kids are born in the early 2000s. Like, what is going on? But yeah, there's She was born in Brooklyn, and she started acting at 7.
All right. My Who Am I? Person only had 3, but I can give you a 4th.
Ooh, okay.
It, Carmen Sandiego, Spend Time Palace, Sonora, and that's it.
What?
If you want the 4th, it'll be a dead giveaway. I don't know why the 4th isn't actually an option, or why they don't have it up there.
Then my okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, why would the most obvious one not up? I'm going to have to go with Richie. So Finn. Wolfhard.
Yes. That is correct.
Do they really not list Stranger Things?
Nope, I don't know why. I don't know what their criteria is, why some people have 3, 1.
Why some people don't have their most famous stuff?
Mark Strong's only got 1 for some reason.
After he's been an established actor for a long time. Yeah. The It doll is in her house.
Oh. All right.
So what kind of plumbing goes on 25 feet?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Straight down, too. All right, so random facts. He plays bass and guitar.
Ooh.
He has admitted...
so he'll be in the School of Rock reboot.
I know, that's what I was thinking. He had admitted to having a fear of clowns, which was appropriate for playing Richie in the new It movie, who also is afraid of clowns.
Right. The only one to say it, too.
This one, he made... This one I found... not really a fun fact, but he made $20,000 per episode for Stranger Things season 1 and 2. Season 3, he's making $250,000 an episode. I think it's like 10 episodes or 13 sometimes. So.
Sometimes I don't like people, and this is one of those times.
He probably got paid the most out of all the kids.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But those are my Who Am I?
Yeah. Just the fact that, that looks like Carrie, where, her hair's all...
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to some random facts about the movie. My number 1...
Ooh, the hair.
When Richie is in the clown room, there's a mannequin dressed as the 1990 miniseries version of Pennywise, played by Tim Curry, sitting on the floor.
I did read.
To the yeah, it's kind of like right. I
saw it.
When we get to it, we'll point it out for you. Because I was trying to look. I thought I read somewhere that they put Bozo the clown in there. Which would be kind of
weird,
messed up and weird, but I would absolutely, I would like it because it's like, hey, Bozo, but I didn't see him, and I don't know if I'm just making that up or where that came from. But as we said earlier, my next fact: this film is often mistaken as a remake, due to being released 27 years after the It miniseries in 1990. The film is in fact a re-adaptation of the same story. This is actually the first official theatrical adaptation of the It novel. And then, I don't know why, but I picked 3 long, this one especially.
This is a long. I read this one, though, but
I'm going to try and condense it.
Good luck.
But the number 27, for my last fact, is often associated with the story. It was released 27 years after the original. It returns to Derry approximately every 27 years. One actor from the original died at when he was 27 years old.
The guy who played young Bill.
Yeah. Bill Skarsgård, who plays Pennywise, turned 27 a month before the movie came out. 3 actors in this movie are all 27 years younger than the actors who portrayed them from 27 years ago. And the official, this is mostly why I put it in there.
This one?
Yeah, but the official release date is 9/18/2017, and if you add up all the numbers, that's 27. And the chapter 2 is coming out 9/6/2019. If you add those up, it's also 27. I thought that was pretty cool.
Creepy.
Or someone just likes the number 27.
23 or... You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Where everything...
It's the hotel, right?
No. That's 1408. Jim Carrey one.
There's too many hotel room number movies.
Where it's like 20... It's in the 20s.
23.
I want to say it's 23.
I think it's 23.
But like everything either adds up to it or...
Like he's staying
relates
in room
to
20,
it. Yeah. It's like that.
Another crazy movie.
All right, so I have my first one's a long one. Okay, so the cast of the kids were asked who they would want to play themselves in their older versions.
That's a pretty cool fact.
Which was cool.
That they asked them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Finn Wolfhard, Richie chose Bill Hader. Bev chose Jessica Chastain, which those two actually got cast in those two roles.
Which those two are perfect perfect picks for them.
Mike said Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. Eddie chose Jake Gyllenhaal. That would have been a good one.
That's a good one. I mean, his name is basically the same if you look at him.
Stanley chose Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I like that.
Ben chose Chris Pratt. That would have been a good one.
That's another good
one. And Bill chose Christian Bale.
Like,
I think that was all
of those
one,
together.
Yeah,
I could see him doing it, but I could also see him being a pain about it.
Yeah. So then those two got their wishes.
That's pretty cool. But I think
Bill got a good one with McAvoy.
Yeah, I was just saying
that's a good one.
Besides him, the other 2 or 3 guys I don't really recognize.
No. Number 2, the Duffer Brothers originally wanted to direct this movie, but were overlooked as they were not established enough. They went on to create Stranger Things, which co-stars Finn Wolfhard and plays homage to Stephen King.
Oh.
Homage. The original Stephen King novel runs at 1,138 pages.
That's a long book.
That's a massive book.
I was just thinking, I'm like, I have the Harry Potter books upstairs, but those are like 500 or 600 maybe. I think the longest was like 8.
They might get one, might be 1,000. The last one might.
Right. Might. This is almost 1,200.
That's the creepiest part. One of the creepiest parts.
Also, one of my fears would be that, because like the basement stairs, I don't care that the light's up there. I'd get up the stairs as fast as possible. I know nothing's down there, but no matter what.
No matter what. I mean, going into final thoughts, but like off of the 1,000 pages, Bill Hader was talking about how he read this book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was this book or it was the Stephen King book, but he's talking about how Stephen King describes food. He doesn't like it. He's like, just don't like it. He's like, it's one of those I forgot how he words it, but he words it the same every time. I guess it's like, it's one of those burgers where when you take a bite, the sauce drips out. He's like, that's like 100 pages, and he explains one burger. Like, I'll have to send it to you, but it's hysterical. Oh, we got Bill Hader in the chair again.
Oh yes, Bill, thank you.
Thanks.
Thoughts on the upcoming movie?
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And then I watched the deleted scenes, which
you did.
There wasn't too many. They didn't do anything really with them, or at least they were the ones on YouTube. But there was one because I was flipping through the pictures, and there's a scene where Henry is looking. Remember when he looks out of his car at the kids? We don't see what's in the car. There's a picture of him. His buddy is sitting in the front seat and the other buddy in the back seat, and both their throats are slit. So I was like, I have to see this deleted scene. But that's the deleted scene. He like looks over to him and he goes, "You guys agree?" or something. Like that's it. They don't show him actually killing him. But like, I was like, oh my god, I don't remember that scene at all.
I was gonna say, and I think from either the novel or the first movie, Pennywise kills all of them.
All the friends,
all the bullies, yeah.
Bullies.
So yeah, like we said, final thoughts. This is kind of where I put all my extra stuff that I didn't want to just ramble on and on about. The first one is that the pharmacist absolutely looks like Clark Kent, except Clark isn't creepy as fuck to a grade school girl.
Yeah.
Besides that whole thing, which I think the directors or whoever like fought to keep this like an R-rated movie, so like they could kind of expand on some of the more adult themes, I guess, which I think it pays off.
Yeah.
My second one is that all the floating makes like when they're all floating around the garbage at the end.
Yeah.
It makes we all float down here.
Makes
sense. Like, because otherwise I'm like, what? Okay, sewers, you float, dead bodies, sure. But that's like a whole different.
I thought it was just relating to the balloons. They were trying to
right,
avoid
balloons, even like boats, like little boats float.
Yeah.
It could have been anything, but then they made it that. So.
Yeah, that worked though.
Also, my last thing is that the Shazam kid or Jack Taylor Grazer looks super young in this movie, even though it was only like 2 years.
I guess they probably filmed it
maybe 3 or 4.
No, but even so, they probably filmed Shazam 2 years earlier.
Right.
So it's about 2 years.
But he looks so young in this.
Much shorter.
Oh, yeah. He definitely went through a growth spurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then we were talking about I was watching the other Bill Hader ones, but if you haven't watched any of his interviews,
Bill Hader interviews. They are
for
hilarious.
2, they're hysterical. And then I was watching the Bill Skarsgård's interviews for this movie. I think he was talking to Kimmel. They're like, so he had to wear full makeup to the second the callback. Oh. So like he's like, yeah, and there's no parking in this studio. I had to park on the street. Then I had to walk like 5 minutes to. He's like, I could play this 2 ways. Like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, or I could just go in like I'm in character. Yeah. So he's walking around all crazy, like wearing, and everyone's like, just a normal Tuesday in Hollywood.
I was gonna say, yeah, people walking in LA would be like, oh, okay, he's going right.
Yeah.
Us there would be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Or like me there would be like, oh my.
But then he was like talking about how they were like, oh, work, like there's no laugh in the scene, but like work on a laugh.
Yeah.
Like, just for the
to see what you got.
Crowd, yeah. So he's like, yeah. So I'm driving there, makeup on my face. He's like, but I'm wearing normal clothes, like just like street clothes. He's like, I'm sitting in my car just laughing like a madman. Like, wants to seem like a crazy person.
I want your badge on your weapon.
I want your badge on your weapon. And then he does the accent. I want your badge and your weapon. Yeah, just that's what I'm picturing. But him wearing
him in full clown makeup.
Yeah. And then he was talking about actually the kid from Shazam, Jake, plays Eddie. I guess there's one of the first scenes on set. They were keeping them separated, like so they wouldn't know what he looked like.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So
I
like
like when they do
one
that.
of the first scenes, it must have been. My guess, it's like him and it's Eddie. Just
when
them
it's
two.
just them two.
I think so. And he's like, I'm getting in his face, and he's like, I'm doing all this crazy stuff, and his kid's crying and screaming, and he's like, I'm scarring these kids for life.
These
and
kids
then,
are gonna be messed up.
They call cut. And I guess Jack's just like, I like what you're doing with the character. And he's like, he turned into like a 1940s like director. Like, I like the way you're going with this character.
That's awesome.
So then they're joking about that, but yeah, his interviews were pretty funny. I think it was him on Kimmel and one on Conan were both pretty funny.
And it's good that like because usually when they go on those press junkets, it's like, all right, they go through each of them, and it's like the same 3 questions they all ask, but sometimes they mix it up.
Yeah, so those are my final thoughts. Oh, this one's when he's waving the hand.
Yeah.
Or the arm.
Creepy.
Yeah.
All
right. So now we'll pretend that we're in charge and recast the movie.
I'll go first. And I just thought of this just now. For my theme for recasting, I'm gonna just make it the Sandlot kids.
Okay.
I could probably go through, but it'll probably be like the main kid. Billy's gonna be Benny, or
Smalls. I think Smalls.
Probably Smalls.
Richie could be
or to
to
mix it up.
I mean, Squints.
Squints, yeah. Ham is obviously Ben.
Yes. Bev, though you don't have a Bev. Unless you go Wendy Peppercorn.
Absolutely, Wendy Peppercorn. Yes.
Just much older than them hanging out.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Or
Stanley.
Or you could do Billy is Benny, and he loses Smalls, who is Georgie.
Wow, that's a good one.
I mean, we don't get Smalls, but
we're running out of people anyways.
Right.
Stanley.
Stanley, the tall...
Bertrude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mike is the only black kid on Sandlot.
Yeah.
Blanking on his name, though.
The heater?
Yeah, that's a...
God, what's it? You don't really hear...
You do.
Franklin?
That could be it. Who's your
Pennywise?
Yeah.
James Earl Jones?
Oh.
It might not work really, but it's James Earl Jones. He can do no wrong.
Or it's just all CGI and you just have his voice.
Oh, that would be creepy too.
All right, it's
Kenny.
Nunez.
Oh, okay, Kenny. So yes, that'll be my recasting, which I'm glad I thought of because I'm like, oh, actually, wait a minute. Is that? I think they also have the movie theater because it's the same freaking corner. Yeah, Batman Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
it's the same, literally the same corner because that alley is where the butcher shop is.
Okay. All right, my recasting. I did it with the actors. So I did it for Chapter 2.
Okay, where they're adults.
And I did it with the Scary Movie cast.
I think that's why I like the original, where it's like you got both of them right away.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely getting more money separating for nowadays.
And I mean, 1,000 pages. You almost could have done 4 movies.
Yeah, really.
All right, so Bill, I went with Dave.
Also there.
Oh, yeah, that was
very,
a close
very
one.
Prominently.
Yeah. Dave Sheridan, who plays Doofy in the first one, will be Bill. Richie is Simon Rex from the third one. He's Charlie Sheen's brother.
Okay, yeah.
That guy. Beverly would be
Anna Faris.
Yeah, you have
That's a
to.
good one.
Stanley would be Christopher Masterson, Danny Masterson's brother. He's in 2. He's in the haunted house one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm recognizing all these people as you're saying them.
Eddie would be Marlon Wayans, just because you need to have him. Ben would be Laughlin Monroe. That's
not
how you
how
say it. That's how you say it, though, because his actual... I looked it up on Wikipedia. It's like, how do you say this effing name? And his real middle name is Laughlin, spelled out the real way. So I'm guessing
Laughlin?
he just...
Or he just goes...
First name is something else that he changed.
So he just goes with...
It goes with his middle name.
Okay.
But if you look him up, you'll recognize him. But he's in White Chicks too, and he was in the first Scary Movie. But he would be my Ben. I think he'd work.
Pretty sure I could just type in Lachlan. Oh.
Yeah.
This dude's in everything.
He really is in everything.
What movie am I really picturing him in though? Oh, crap! Where he's like the gym rat. It's a comedy. Why can't I think of it? Oh man, that's gonna bum me out.
I'm blanking on that one.
I will think of it.
I will. But my mic is Sean Wayans. And then Pennywise. See, I could have went with Tim Curry just because he's in Scary Movie 2,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm going to change it up. I went with Chris Elliott or Kurt Fuller, Woody from Psych. I thought they would be.
Also, he is in 239 things.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He is literally background in everything. God, why can't... I will think of it, and I'll post it, because I don't have time to look through 200 some odd things of... Okay. Now it's time for us to rank our top 5 films about a group of friends.
Should have got the Friends theme song to play.
Do we have it?
I don't think so.
No, we do not.
Zoinks!
Group of friends solving mysteries.
Oh! Honorable mention, Scooby-Doo.
Honorable mention.
And I will keep that because those movies were fantastic. And then I will do... Oh, wow. I'm just going to pick my movies based off your list because that's a very solid list.
It is a pretty solid
if I must say so. Okay, so honorable mention, Scooby-Doo. Oh, wow. My list is going to be very similar to yours. So, Scooby-Doo and Little Rascals. And I'll put Stranger Things in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Even though, yeah. So, for my number 5, I'm going to go with It.
Okay.
4, I'm going to go with... You know what? No. 5, Stand By Me. 4, It. I'm not going to lie. My top 3 could stay the same.
Stay the same.
I'm going to go 3 stays Heavyweights. 2 is The Goonies, and 1 is Sandlot.
Okay.
Not to just completely steal your list, but I mean, that's pretty much... I mean, we could throw Tag as an honorable mention. Group of Friends.
Yeah, try to do younger, though.
Wedding Crashers.
That's only 2, though.
It's
not a group.
You are correct. They become a group.
Sort of, I guess.
Kind of. But yes, you're a group of young friends.
Young friends. Even though the Scooby-Doo people look very old, they're not supposed to be very old.
They could be whatever age.
So my honorable mentions are The Outsiders. That was the one that I was iffy on, just because I think, aren't they all brothers? Besides
I
Pony
think,
Boy,
yeah, I think they're all.
Yeah, no. Johnny is the one that's not related to them, or they're all foster brothers though. So I'll kind of put it. Then The Little Rascals, and then It. Ugh, jeez.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Like they time it just perfectly, like to where you're like, okay, he's clearly gonna be closer to
Yeah.
The Hangover. We said young.
Yeah. 5, Stand By Me. Another Stephen King
Superbad
adaptation. Superbad?
Because they're kind of, it's high school.
And there's 3 of them, but they're rarely together.
Fair.
That would be an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Mean Girls. Grown Ups. No, I'm just listing movies.
Mean Girls is closer, I think.
Mean Girls would.
But although
would
none of them are really friends though, so no. So I'm gonna go with no.
You know what? Fair.
Number 4, even though it's a TV show, Stranger Things.
Night at the Roxbury.
That's the movie.
Yeah, it's the movie. Where he's the
gym rat.
The guy at the gym who they're like they know, they're like, hey, you got power bars? And they're like, they go
yeah, now I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
I'm so glad I figured it out. I know, it's been a while.
Long time. I gotta watch that. After we were talking about all those SNL movies.
SNL movies, yeah.
Oh, I guess no one's listened to that one yet, because that was a backup. Number 3, yeah, it was 3
Amigos.
3 Amigos.
Be on the lookout.
Yes. Number 3, Heavyweights. That one's a great one.
I was gonna say I listed them, but I'll let you go into your reasons why, because I kind of just stole.
It starts off as just like the one kid, but then they're all in the bunk and they're all like, teamed up against Tony. Yeah. Just a great movie.
Mighty Ducks, technically.
I was
that's
thinking
more
about,
like a sports.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll categorize that as a sports movie.
Yeah, where Sandlot's different just because
it's his story.
It's his story, and like they're come together to get the ball, not to play baseball.
Okay,
so it's
I
like they're trying to
that exact distinction.
Yeah, so
That
that's
makes
why
sense.
Sandlot's number 2, and then Goonies is number 1.
Goonies is so good.
It is.
I'm gonna keep saying it, but I would have taken that boat.
I would have taken that
I don't
boat.
care how big it was. I would have taken that boat off of their hands.
I know.
And then
It's a
probably just lived in it.
Like
Maybe-
or made it a treehouse,
Yeah.
like in Step Brothers.
Either way, I would have taken it.
All right, for our last segment, we will talk about the geek news.
Clark Kent, just a mild-mannered reporter.
He doesn't want to be famous,
Couldn't find it.
Yeah.
and I'll make him infamous.
I know, right?
General,
Haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Gossip,
It's been like 3
rumors,
weeks.
panic in the
Weeks, yeah.
streets. We're lucky.
Vicky Vale. I'm
Still remember
intrigued
this,
by
though.
Alex's giant bat story, so I've done some.
Oh, right. The Batman.
Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
The police won't help. The press has to do the right thing.
You serious?
All right. First up on the docket, we have a backlog of news. I think it's been 3
it's
weeks.
been 2 or 3 weeks at least.
At least that we haven't gone over any news, but we have E3 news we'll start off with first, and then we will go into our normal. But we had
I like
E3.
that you did that, yeah.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 trailer,
Holy shit.
which was awesome. I wish we would have gotten gameplay, but just like the last 5 seconds of the trailer made up for not having
Exactly.
any gameplay.
I feel like someone in their meeting was like, "Hey, we don't have any gameplay, but I have this crazy idea."
Well, the thing is, they did have gameplay, and they showed it privately. Which,
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So hopefully we'll get it in a couple months. I think they're
Ooh,
taking
yeah.
they're waiting, just like
I've-
Red
with
Dead
a,
did.
with a movie like
Uh,
with a game like this.
Yeah,
I'd let them take their time.
yeah. But they got Keanu Reeves as Johnny Silverhand, which was awesome. And then we got the release date, which, God, they've been.
Wasn't it
It's April 16th, 2020.
20? Yeah.
So less than a year, which I haven't been waiting, I guess, as some people, as long as
it's
some people.
barely less than a year.
Yeah. I think I've been waiting.
Because
when I
wasn't this at an
finally.
E3 a couple years ago?
This was at E3 like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the first teaser trailer. I think they announced it in like 2013 or 20.
That's insane.
Just before Witcher 3, they announced that they were making
Yeah.
this game. And then I think I played Witcher 3 a year after it came out. Yeah, so I've only been waiting half as long. as
Not
most
as
people.
long, but still very long.
Yeah, but these last couple months are going to be brutal.
Yeah. And then we also got Marvel Avengers trailer. It came from Square Enix? Square Enix?
Yes. Who does the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah.
Which I love those. So
I was going to say,
They
I
can't-
feel like the game's going to be fine, like fun, and like the story they're going to weave.
I wonder how they're going to do who you like. Do you pick one
Right,
character or do you make your own?
That's the
or-
one thing I think that's
I heard
been
that-
kind of confusing since they came out with it. Like how they're like, oh, you'll get some characters, but then the rest of them will be free DLC. It's like, well, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, it should be like. Yeah, I wonder if I'm guessing we're going to be able to play as all of them, but I wonder if you have to
I
play
think so,
through
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
at a
probably like
time.
complete one, and then it rolls into the next
Next
story or something like that.
Sounds good.
The voice acting, it's going to
Who-
be fine.
I didn't see who.
It basically. I'll pull it up and show you after.
Okay.
But it's basically a lot of the big name voice actors who've been actually the ones like doing their animated TV show. They've used a lot of their
Used
a
them.
lot of
Okay.
them to keep that kind of similar.
That's good.
So that should be fine.
Next up, we got Jedi Fallen. That's the whole title, right?
The Star Wars Jedi,
game, yeah,
whatever.
gameplay.
The full, the
It's
Jedi
like 20
Fallen,
minutes.
yeah. I didn't watch all of it, but
Yeah.
that's another game I'm so excited for.
Yeah, it finally looks like they're gonna get a good, or EA is finally gonna make a good.
It
Star
kind of
Wars
looks
game.
like the Force Unleashed. like the gameplay style, which I really like those games.
It does look. It's got the feel of Battlefront.
Yeah,
a little bit. Like just
like
some of the mechanics.
like the good parts of it.
Yeah, but it looks like the Jedi is gonna be able to do a lot more. Whereas Battlefront was mainly about shooting most of the time. I mean, you got to be a Jedi every once in a while. Yeah, but that looked awesome. Oh, here's the.
I was trying to see if they used the clown prop that we have downstairs, but I didn't see it. I'm kind of okay with it. I expected like the one he backed into to be like most horror movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the
right there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it.
It's like
that should have been the one that he turned around.
Yeah, that would have been much better. That kind of looked like Bozo. Bald top head. But next up, we also got Watch Dogs Legion gameplay. See, there's the found you.
Yeah.
So that was it the fourth Watch Dogs game?
Third.
Oh, okay, yeah. But this one, yeah, you can. I think it's
play anybody.
Play as anybody. Yeah, recruit anybody.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be. Some like gameplay like gifs and stuff are gonna be insane from this one.
Yeah, they
it's
have
like whatever
just in the trailer, the gameplay trailer, they're playing as an old lady.
Yeah,
which was awesome. Yeah, and then like your character can die permanently, and like then you can't use that guy anymore. You have to recruit more people and stuff. It looks interesting. I don't know.
That'll be fun.
I don't know if they'll be able to pull it off, but if they can, that'd be a fun one. And that one comes out, I think, in March of next year.
Yes, I think that one is pretty soon. Yeah.
This one I thought was pretty cool. I've never. I mean, it's from the Fallout creators, called The Outer Worlds. Is that Fallout vibe? I've never actually played the Fallout. I've seen people
play it. I've never played it either. Yeah.
But it, I don't know. It reminds me of like a mix between Fallout and Firefly, just like the way it is.
Okay, look. I'm sorry, I'm derailing it, but look at how squared. Oh, and then here's your fact about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Outer Worlds looks like a cool game. It might be another one where I like watch people play it a little bit, see if I want to first. See, that just looks so. And then the last trailer that we're going to be talking about, the Halo Infinite trailer. So another Halo game.
I know, and I haven't played the last couple, but this looks pretty good.
Hasn't like one of the last couple just been like a re-release of all the old ones? Wasn't that Reach?
Probably.
Coca would be able to tell us because he keeps up with it, but
yeah.
Where are you at?
He's useless again. The one episode we would have had a guest that could talk about these things.
Exactly. Who actually, yes.
And we wouldn't have had to watch it.
Actually does talk about it. I'm okay with watching it. I will put that on the record. I'm fine with that. But now, our regular entertainment news from the past couple of weeks. Keanu Reeves was almost Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen.
That would have been good.
That would have been cool. And I guess apparently every Marvel movie they've had, I guess Kevin Feige recently said this. He's like, yeah, we talk to Keanu every movie we do to see if we can like fit you in there. But they're like waiting for like the perfect role.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like God or something.
It's just going to be
just like the best character ever.
They're just going to dress him up as Stan Lee. Just do the cameos.
People would probably be okay with that.
Yeah. Next up is The King's Man, which is going to be the Kingsman prequel movie. Is going to be releasing in February 2020.
That's kind of a lot closer than I...
Yeah. Well, I mean,
8 months.
I know they've had the whole cast already.
Right. Have they even, like...
I'm guessing they're either starting soon or
yeah,
they've already started production.
Yeah. That's another one. Can't wait for.
I know, that'd be awesome.
So the King's Man, I feel like that's going to go pretty far back into history.
At least the first. I'm guessing if.
At least
they
always, I would guess.
I don't know because they always hint that Charles. God, why am I blanking? Winston Churchill is a founding member.
Oh, okay.
Or something along those lines.
Like
they always hint that they'll use his quotes and say that a founding member said this.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder if they go. I mean, you could do World War One. You could do.
Yeah, they were.
Go back that far. I mean, you could go farther, but I think
that's probably a good spot to.
That would be a good one to, like a spy movie during World. I mean, we've seen.
There's been enough, but around like this,
we've seen like World War II a bunch. I don't know if I've ever seen a World War One spy movie though.
No.
Yeah, because you could do before he's prime minister.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I think that would be a good spot.
There's a bunch of different ways they can do it. Yeah.
Don't you
do not fucking touch my arm. And then they snap it. Oh yeah, they absolutely.
It goes the wrong way for sure.
And then we got some news today. The Office is officially leaving Netflix January 2021.
No, and everyone's losing their minds.
Netflix is going to lose a ton of money.
I don't think
or they're going to be saving money because they don't have to pay for the rights.
Saving money.
I also read someone tweeted like if you start watching The Office,
you can watch
like
it
at midnight, 180 times or something.
You just have to keep watching it over or all the way through. Don't stop at all.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like the day of, someone probably already had it. Like, all right, Google this. Find out how many days.
I mean, they've announced it multiple times, but I think this one's. At least they're giving people.
At least they're not like, hey, next week it's gone.
It's over a year and a half from now.
There's plenty of time for people to be okay with it.
And then next up, Avengers Endgame is going to be released with bonus footage in the end credits.
Yeah, that's intriguing.
I kind of want it to be Luis talking about the whole thing, recapping everything.
Like, look at Ben. That's
he's looking hamburger helper. He's got like 5 slashes.
He's totally fine. He's just like, oh yeah, my side kind of hurts. Okay, but yeah, if Luis like did a recap, like everyone wanted, that would be.
And like everyone's saying that it still might not beat Avatar. If it's re-releasing now, I think Avatar wasn't in theaters for twice as long.
I think they said it kind of did. But do like a re-release like Avengers.
But I think Avengers has only been out half the time.
I think it's still
far.
less than
theirs by a long shot.
And just being like, hey, there's going to be new material in it.
And I think
you could probably get 40 million easy.
Yeah, and they're like, movies are in theaters so much less because they could still make money. Either selling them to Netflix,
or selling them on like an on-demand, service.
Or DVDs for the good movies, but like the ones that are like the mainstream.
The ones that are like, oh, okay, these could do well. They just put them like right to like rentals and stuff.
Yeah, like but
even Redbox has some.
Yeah, so I'm getting like, I don't know if you put it. I bet you if you put it up the exact amount of days that Avatar was on, it would eventually beat it.
Yeah, for sure.
But then they're losing money because they're not selling Blu-rays and all of that.
So it's a trade-off for them. But I
want them to win, though.
I think they'll be okay.
Because I don't think anyone else can win.
No.
No way Avatar 2 beats Avatar 1.
No way Avatar 2 through 5 or whatever the hell.
No, not a chance.
No way. And then last up for our entertainment news, Psych the Movie 2 gets a teaser trailer.
Which we didn't see any of the movie, but
no, it's just Sean
them
and Gus.
Two. And they're in character too. Yeah, so it's definitely it's not them playing.
It's not them too, yeah.
Yeah, it's them in character as them, which is great.
Which is funny. Yeah, them two together, I can't wait. It's going to be so good, especially now that you finished watching it. I'm so happy.
I just hope they get Emilio Estevez to finish out.
Because they did tease like some old returning cameos and new ones.
Yeah. I mean, the first movie ended with John Cena busting into this Gremlin style shop.
The shop, yeah.
And like them going on a mission. So I wonder if they just start right there with John Cena.
They'll probably do like either flashbacks or something. Maybe probably won't spend too much time on it. But I'm sure they definitely wanted John Cena in the movie.
Yeah, and it comes out
this holiday season.
Yes. So by December.
Yeah,
we should see.
Right
Which
around
would be
then.
awesome. Cool. All right. Before we wrap up the episode, we'll look ahead to what's coming up for Tim and Tony Talk.
So yes, our episode 106, we're going to be doing Spider-Man 3 with our returning special guest Tim Gavin
to finish out the trilogy.
Yes,
right in time
the
for
best trilogy ever created.
Right in time,
but
for
yeah, right in time for Homecoming. Far From Home.
Far From Home. Almost.
Yeah. We're right there.
We were close.
We got it eventually.
So that's been our show today. Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure to join us next week for the Mild Manner Movie Review.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tony. And we are the Dynamic Duo.
Good
night.